Mueller says Russians are using his discovery materials in disinformation effort.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russians are using materials obtained from Special Counsel Robert Mueller's office in a disinformation campaign apparently aimed at discrediting the investigation into Moscow's election interference, federal prosecutors said on Wednesday. One or more people associated with the special counsel's case against Russian hackers made statements last October claiming to have stolen discovery materials that were originally provided by Mueller to Concord Management, Mueller's team said in court documents filed on Wednesday in the Russian troll farm case. Concord Management, a company owned by a Russian oligarch known as President Vladimir Putin's chef, is one of 3 Russian entities that were accused by the special counsel last February of helping to mastermind the social media meddling into the 2016 election. 13 Russian citizens were also indicted and accused of taking part in the widespread effort. Prosecutors added, the fact that the webpage contained numerous irrelevant files suggests that the person who created the webpage used their knowledge of the non-sensitive discovery to make it appear as though the irrelevant files contained on the webpage were the sum total evidence of IRA and Russian collusion, gathered by law enforcement in this matter in an apparent effort to discredit the investigation. The special counsel's office said the account used to publish the discovery materials was registered by a user with an IP address in Russia. The filing states that the FBI has found no evidence that U.S. government servers, including servers used by the special counsel's office, had been breached.
This post received a score of 41,522, with an upvote ratio of 84%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. If Russia is in your corner, it's because it benefits them, not you.
I agree, but doesn't that saying pretty much apply to any country, geopolitically speaking?
Geopolitically speaking, there is a difference between getting in bed with countries like the Russians and North Koreans than getting into bed with Belgium or Canada.
That's just what the Belgians and Canadians want you to think.
Waffles with maple syrup, get in bed with both.
Well, now the bed is sticky.
And here's to you, Mrs. Butterworth.
Do.
Just remember, part of their whole platform is to convince us nothing will happen even when the evidence is produced. We will use our justice system as it is intended. There are downvote bots and fake accounts downvoting everyone who says anything besides who cares? No one is gonna do anything. Evil triumphs when good people do nothing. Abraham Lincoln 2016.
As long as we're relying on political operatives like McConnell to bring the Trump campaign to charges for treason, justice will be delayed or subverted. I'll remind you that the GOP as a whole was unwilling to override Trump's veto. McConnell wouldn't even allow a vote to end the shutdown unless Trump had already agreed to it. He, however, was perfectly happy voting to remove sanctions from a Putin crony during the shutdown.
McConnell really needs to be voted out of office during the next election. Not BC he is a Republican, but BC he has clearly proven that he works for the president rather than the people or even his colleagues in Congress. The fact that he refused to even allow a vote on the floor unless the president gives him the permission to is just wrong. Makes you look super guilty when you deliberately block a bipartisan bill like that from a vote, even though it doesn't really negatively affect either parties unless you are trying to protect a president who may have committed a crime.
Greater than he works for the president rather than the people or even his colleagues in Congress. Don't forget that Republicans use him as a shield. They could elect a new majority leader, but they don't. McConnell, in turn, uses Trump.
For those that might not understand what this means, McConnell is elected by Kentucky, a deep red state that would re-elect him if he was caught drinking the blood of a veteran and wiping his chin with the American flag because he has that magical next to his name. McConnell has nothing to fear from his constituents. He can do whatever he likes with impunity. This makes him ideal to shield the GOP, because as majority leader, he chooses what the Senate votes on. By refusing to allow things to come to a vote, the media and the public will focus their scorn on him alone, while his GOP comrades in the Senate don't have to actually vote on a bill and show their true colors.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.